Hey guys, it's Fida and today I've come up with a spicy cheese toast recipe. If you want, you can also call it a spicy cheese roll because I'm going to show you two methods today. One is going to be a toast-like and the other is going to be a roll. So for the toast, we're going to make a butter mixture with some chili flakes, capsicums and garlic. Then we're going to spread that onto the bread slice and keep the cheese on top. Then we're just going to butter a pan and toast it out. The cheese toast is perfectly ready. Now for the roll, into the same butter mixture, I'm going to put in the cheese directly rather than putting it on top of the bread slice. Mix that up and then I'm going to make a small roll out of it. Keep that on top of the bread and roll it out. And there, the cheese roll is also ready. I'm just going to dip it in breadcrumbs and egg. After that, I'll fry it out. It's that simple. It's a really cheesy and spicy recipe, especially if you love spicy stuff. You should try this. But if you don't want it to be too spicy, you can always reduce the amount of chili flakes or any other spicy thing you add in it. It's really simple, so without any further ado, let's get on to making it. First, I'm going to take bread. This is sliced bread and I've cut off the edges. I also have chili flakes, capsicums, minced garlic and cheese. This is mozzarella cheese. I'm also going to use an extra bowl. So take the bowl first, into which we're going to add in the garlic, chili flakes and the capsicums. Next into it we're going to add butter and make it into a paste-like consistency. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to mix that up really well and combine it all together, and here that's ready. I'm going to spread it onto the bread. Today I'm going to be showing you 2 different techniques of making it. So the first technique is like a toast and the second one is going to be a roll. I'm going to start with the toast. For that, here I have taken a bread slice into which I'm simply going to spread out the butter mixture. A nice and generous amount, and also make sure you have a lot of capsicums and the minced garlic in the bread slice. That's done. I'm gonna put on some mozzarella cheese on top, or you can also use some shredded cheddar cheese or any sort of cheese you want. There, it's ready. I'm gonna continue making the same. Just do the same, and I've made 3 of them. I've got some left off butter which we're going to use for the roll. So now into this butter we're just going to mix in the mozzarella. I'm going to add in the mozzarella cheese and make it into a really thick consistency which I can be able to roll out. You need a consistency by which you can make a ball. So I'm going to mix in as much mozzarella I need as to make the consistency that way. So here you can see that's like a really stiff consistency. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one bread slice, roll it out really thin. I'm using a rolling pin. I'm gonna keep a nice amount of mozzarella in the middle and I'm gonna make that into like a roll shape. And then I'm gonna roll the bread on top of this. But before rolling the bread, I'm gonna wet one side of the bread really well. I'm just using a pastry brush, dipping it in some water and then just getting a little bit wet on one side, and I'm gonna roll that side over. Roll it like this, and you're gonna have to wet the other side also in the same way. You're gonna have to soak it a little bit. That's the only way you can get it to stick together. So soak that a little bit and just press that together so it's gonna come together. And we have some sides open. These 2 sides I'm gonna dip in water just a little bit, and as it is wet now I'm gonna pinch it and close that sides also. I'm gonna continue the same thing with the rest of my bread. And here I have made 3 rolls. Now I want this to be really crispy. For that I'm going to dip it in egg and breadcrumbs. You can just go ahead and fry it right away without dipping it in breadcrumbs or egg. It's gonna be fine. But I'm just gonna dip it in some beaten eggs first and then put that into the breadcrumbs. And just coat it really thin with the breadcrumbs. And that's done. Continue doing the same thing with the rest of the rolls. Now we have to fry them out. First, for the toast, I'm gonna butter a pan generously and I'm gonna keep the slice of bread on top. Just close the lid and keep it like that until the cheese melts. Make sure you put it on really low flame and let the cheese melt. By the time that's done, I'm gonna make the rolls. I'm gonna fry out the rolls. For that, into a hot pan, pour in some oil, and once the oil is hot, I'm gonna place in the rolls. You can put it on high flame. It doesn't really matter because the cheese is gonna melt really fast. All you want is golden brown color outside. The cheese is gonna melt fast, so you don't have to worry about cooking the inside. Just keep turning it. Turn each side and make sure it's perfectly golden brown on all sides, and after that you can take it out of the pan. So here, that's done. I'm gonna take it off from the pan and serve it onto a plate. And here all three of the bread rolls are ready. I've come to the toast. The cheese has melted really well. It's really buttery and the bottom is also really crispy. So I'm going to take it off the pan, off the heat, and serve it onto a plate. And here our toast is also ready. I'm going to garnish it with some chili flakes. Now I'm going to cut the mozzarella rolls and show you. It's always better you cut it right away hot so you can see the melted cheese really well. And there our toast and rolls are ready. It's really buttery, crispy and cheesy. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked it. And if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up down below. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Thanks once again.